Hello everyone and welcome to my Y&R Insider 24 update channel. Matt Menaces Noah, Victoria and Nate's temptation, Lily shocked. The Young and the Restless, Y&R, spoilers for Friday, November 14th reveal that Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, and Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, are tempted. Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, discovers something awry, and Matt Clark aka Mitch Bacall, Roger Howarth, traps Noah Newman, Lucas Adams. Nate and Victoria are former flames who have been spending time together following the collapse of their individual love lives. Their chemistry shines through on Friday's performance. However, is Victoria really prepared to move on after Cole Howard's death, J. Eddie Peck? She has to start somewhere and Nate could provide a safe landing spot. Eventually, Kane and Phyllis get angry. Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, and Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, have a love-hate thing going on and the scales will be tipped as Lily sees Kane going into Phyllis' GCAC suite. Is this business or pleasure? Will a line be crossed either way? Red Hot The Young and the Restless spoilers hint that Lilies are shocked by what she sees with Kane and Phyllis. As such, this is just another in a long line of Lily conniptions that should make it clear to eager Kane that they are over. Lily sees Kane and Phyllis. Meanwhile, over in Los Angeles, Detective Burrow, Matt Cohen, gets rid of his Noah's hospital room guard for Matt aka Mitch. Matt will be able to enter Noah's room and give him a good earful, as we anticipate this will occur. Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, and Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, told their son that Matt is a gruesome creature he needs to stay away from. However, cocky Noah dismissed his parents' concerns and advised them to leave him alone. Well, he got his wish. Now what's he going to do when big, bad, Matt is staring down at him? What comes after on Y&R? For a social call, Matt is not present. The lack of flowers indicates that he has a message for Noah who could very well be trapped with nowhere to run. Will Matt finish the job he started Noah on Friday's episode? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with the Young and the Restless right now. Come back here often for the hottest Y&R updates, news, and spoilers. Get comfortable and gain access to the best soap intel on the web. The Young and the Restless star Michael Graziardi dissects Daniel's dynamics with Danny and Phyllis. Daniel Romalotti, the character from Young and the Restless, has a big responsibility at Danny's upcoming wedding to cricket. Keep Phyllis away. Can he play middleman between his two parents? Daniel's portrayer, Michael Graziardi, is talking about the upcoming event and is reflecting on what it's like to play Danny and Phyllis's son. The Young and the Restless, Daniel's way. On The Young and the Restless, Phyllis and Daniel are portrayed by CBS. Graziardi sat down with Soap Opera Digest to analyze Daniel's dynamic with his unpredictable mother, Phyllis, Michelle Stafford, and his far more stable father, Danny, Michael Damian. He says he enjoys his scenes with Stafford more than any others. He raves about her talent and her ability to find things in the material that he may not have thought were even there. He says, "It is always a surprise, and it is always a joy. I mean, I cannot say enough good things about Michelle." The actor observes that he and Stafford have a unique on-screen mother-son dynamic that's not like anything else. He also feels lucky to have a great rapport with Damian, his TV dad. In fact, the two have stayed in touch during times that either both or one of them has been away from Genoa City. "I think that the two of us just have a nice relationship together," he says. Fathers and sons. Daniel and Danny on The Young and the Restless image, JPI. One thing Graziardi, Graz, to many, has in common with Daniel is a love of music. Daniel's been learning how to play the guitar from Tessa, Kate Fairbanks, and Graziardi says he wouldn't mind it if Daniel performed on screen with Danny. He says, "I think that's something that would absolutely make sense in this world." Graziardi says viewers will have to tune in to see what happens at the wedding in terms of musical, not to mention other surprises. "There might be a surprise for everyone at my father's wedding," the actor says in character. Whether or not Daniel sings with his dad isn't the only thing on viewers' minds. Last summer, Christine, also known as Cricket, asked Daniel to keep Phyllis away from the wedding. We've seen Phyllis crash Cricket's bridal shower at the Jazz Lounge. After that, she and Danny broke down in tears. We doubt that Phyllis still loves Danny, but there's just something about Cricket that gets under her skin. Will Phyllis try to stop the ceremony? Or will she just settle for making it less than memorable for the bride and the groom? Tune in to find out. The November 14th storyline of The Young and the Restless weaves together a number of intense, emotionally charged arcs about betrayal, temptation, identity, and the consequences of previous sins. The episode's main themes are the strong attraction between former lovers Nate Hastings and Victoria Newman, the unsettling schemes of Matt Clark, who now goes by the alias Mitch Backall, as he catches Noah Newman, and Lily Winter's emotionally explosive moment when she finds something she didn't expect. Layered on top of these arcs is the growing tension surrounding Daniel Romalotti, who is navigating his complicated connection to his volatile mother Phyllis Summers and his much steadier father Danny Romalotti. These plot threads intertwine into a tapestry of heightened emotion and moral ambiguity, reflecting the heart of what has kept Y&R compelling for decades. Victoria Newman finds herself walking a fragile emotional tightrope. She is still dealing with the loss of Cole Howard and is torn between paying tribute to the past and allowing herself to feel again. The narrative does not rush her healing. Instead, it takes care to show her vulnerability, hesitation, and the slow thawing of her defenses. Nate Hastings shows up at the right time, someone who understands her pain, ambition, coping strategies, and the complicated expectations of being a Newman. Their chemistry, long evident in previous interactions, begins to naturally unravel. Nate functions not only as a source of tension but also as a mirror that reflects Victoria's need for security and genuine connection in a world where corporate and personal betrayals are commonplace. Not whether she can experience something new, but rather whether she can trust herself to pursue it without letting the weight of her grief cloud her judgment is her question. Nate, too, is cautious, carrying his own wounds, guilt, and lingering regret from past choices. Their scenes together feel like a dance, gentle, exploratory, and tinged with the awareness that one misstep could reopen wounds neither is prepared to face. Meanwhile, on the opposite end of the emotional spectrum, Kane Ashby and Phyllis Summers ignite a far more combustible kind of connection, one rooted in volatility, passion, and long-standing tension. Their dance is electric and dangerous, not gentle. Lily Winters finds herself in the wrong place at the wrong time when she witnesses Kane entering Phyllis's GCAC suite. The moment is loaded with the possibility of misinterpretation, but Lily's shock comes not just from the sight itself, it stems from the culmination of unresolved feelings and years of relational strain. Lily has been through emotional hell with Kane, and every incident that reminds her of their dysfunctional past hits her like a seismic aftershock. Phyllis, always a wild card, embodies temptation, chaos, and emotional impulsiveness. Her connection with Kane is not one rooted in romance but in shared wounds, stubborn pride, and an unspoken desire to escape the expectations constantly placed on them. Lily's visceral reaction serves as a reminder that these characters, no matter how much time has passed, are still tethered to one another through choices that continue to ripple outward. The shock she feels underscores her realization, painful but increasingly clear, that whatever once existed between her and Kane has long since reached its expiration date. A darker tone emerges as the episode shifts to Los Angeles, where Detective Burrow unexpectedly dismisses Noah Newman's hospital room guard, paving the way for Matt, operating under his deceptive persona Mitch Backall, to slip inside undetected. The tension in this scene is palpable. Noah, convinced that his parents Sharon and Nick are overreacting about Matt's dangerous nature, had arrogantly dismissed their concerns, demanding solitude and independence. But Noah gets exactly what he asked for, and the cruel twist of fate is that he meets the very monster he was warned about. Matt's entrance is a masterclass in villainy, calm, cold, calculating, and disturbingly self-assured. He is not there with flowers, apologies, or explanations. He is there with intent. The room, sterile and confining, becomes a psychological trap as Noah realizes too late that his arrogance has left him defenseless. Noah is unable to escape the shadow cast by Matt's presence in the space. Noah's confrontation with the harsh reality that the world is far more dangerous than he imagined comes as both a literal and symbolic moment of reckoning for him. Whether Matt plans to finish what he started or simply terrorize Noah remains unclear, but the message is unmistakable. Matt's vendetta is far from over, and Noah has become a pawn in a much larger, more sinister game. The narrative moves into Daniel Romalotti's developing storyline as these threads continue to develop. Daniel Romolotti's family dynamics are distinct from Noah's threats but carry their own emotional stakes. Daniel stands at the crossroads between his parents, Phyllis, the unpredictable firecracker whose impulsiveness often leads to chaos, and Danny, the stable musician whose grounded demeanor provides a stark contrast. With Danny preparing to remarry Christine, the long-standing romantic rivalry between Phyllis and Cricket flares up once again. Phyllis's emotional volatility is at a fever pitch, demonstrated recently when she crashed Christine's bridal shower and broke down shortly thereafter. Despite her insistence that she no longer harbors romantic feelings for Danny, her behavior suggests that something deeper is brewing, whether jealousy, unresolved trauma, or a simple inability to let go of the past. Christine, fully aware of Phyllis's disruptive nature, has enlisted Daniel as a buffer to ensure the wedding remains free of Phyllis's interference. This puts Daniel in an emotionally complex position, mediating between a mother whose love can feel suffocating and destructive, and a father whose stability offers him comfort but comes with its own responsibilities. Michael Graziadi's reflections on portraying Daniel provide additional layers to this storyline. His strong rapport with Michelle Stafford translates into performances filled with authenticity, unpredictability, and emotional resonance. Their mother-son dynamic is unlike any other on the show, deeply flawed yet deeply human. Phyllis's chaos is something Daniel understands better than anyone, and though her behavior often exasperates him, it never completely pushes him away. Their relationship is a testament to the idea that love between parent and child can survive almost anything, even if it comes at great emotional cost. Conversely, Daniel's connection with Danny is gentler, steadier, and rooted in shared passions, particularly music. Their bond feels aspirational, a relationship built on mutual respect, warmth, and a desire to repair time lost to absence. The possibility of Daniel performing alongside his father at the wedding introduces a sense of hope into the storyline, a reminder that not all family ties are fraught with pain. But uncertainty looms. Phyllis's unresolved animosity toward Christine threatens to erupt at any moment. The carefully controlled environment of the wedding may not withstand the emotional powder keg that Phyllis has become. Will she storm the ceremony? Will she sabotage the event indirectly? Or will she surprise everyone, including herself, by stepping aside and allowing Danny happiness? These unanswered questions hang heavily over Daniel, whose struggle to balance love, loyalty, and responsibility becomes one of the emotional anchors of the broader narrative. Taken together, these intersecting plotlines highlight the thematic complexity that The Young and the Restless excels at crafting. Love and grief, desire and betrayal, family and estrangement, danger and vulnerability all swirl around the characters, shaping their choices and propelling them into new chapters. Victoria's cautious steps toward healing, Nate's quiet patience, Lily's heart-wrenching clarity, Noah's terrifying epiphany, Matt's chilling resolve, Phyllis's emotional unraveling, Daniel's moral balancing act, and Danny's hopeful new beginning form a mosaic of human experience that resonates far beyond the fictional world of Genoa City. This script captures the essence of what makes the long-running soap so enduring, the nuanced exploration of human relationships, the consequences of choices, and the emotional storms that define the lives of the characters viewers have grown to love.